Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're brand new. This is the season finale, more than likely the series finale of Our Kind of People, season 1, episode 12, Kiss It Up to God. So, for those of you that kind of don't know, Fox did not order a back order to Our Kind of People. And typically when a show does not get a back order, which means if a show starts in fall and they don't give it a back order or like enough episodes to get it through like the spring term of TV shows, more than likely the show gets canceled. So I have always said that I didn't think the show was the right fit for Fox anyways, just because this is not the type of show that Fox or that some of the viewers on Fox want to see, right? So I'm hoping that the show does get picked up by OWN or gets moved to OWN, because I think the show would do wonderful on OWN. Like, it fits in line with Greenleaf, it fits in line with Delilah, it fits in line with Queen Sugar. So fingers crossed, y'all. Fingers crossed that Our Kind of People comes back some which way, because tonight was such a good episode. So if you're brand new to my channel and you have not already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed tonight's video, go ahead and thumbs it up, hop into the comment section, and let's talk about Our Kind of People one last time. So the episode starts off with Angela showing Nikki that she has created her own line for her called Nikki's Halo under the Eve's Crown umbrella. So Nikki's all excited about that, and Angela just wants to make sure that Nikki has something to call her own, a piece of legacy, yada yada yada. Awesome sauce. So then Angela is talking to Piggy, and she still wants to find out like what happened to her mom, who set her mom up, why did her mom get arrested for drugs, what was really going on with that. Like, she is still acknowledging that she's gonna leave, but she says that she has 2 days left and she wants to literally find out what happened and clear her mother's name. Now, we have seen Angela go the past 12 episodes, the past 3 months that this has been on, that has been Angela's mission. I need to find out what happened to my mom. She wants to clear her mom's name. So I was getting my hair done over the weekend, and they had it planned in the shop, and we were kind of wondering what is she gonna do with this? So like, she gets her mom's name. Is it just for her own well-being? Because like, is she gonna go to the police with it, or is it just like for her own edification? My mom, doesn't do drugs. My mom didn't really do this. She was set up. So I'm still kind of confused about that, but that's what she wants to do. So Leah is back home talking to Raymond, talking to her husband, and she basically feels like a failure as the Grey City's president. She said that her mom got so much accomplished and got so much taken care of, whereas Leah said the only thing that she has done is turn on her sister and kind of vote her, to make sure that she did not get voted in, because that's what her dad wanted. So Teddy kind of tells her, like, look, there's still time for you to make a change. There's still a chance for you and your sister to be together, to mend your relationship, all this kind of stuff. So Teddy just tells her, like, you're doing great. Like, if you feel like you think you can do better, I support you, all that good stuff. Great. So he goes down to breakfast, and he sees Tariq and Raymond. Does Tariq live with them? Does he live at the Franklin compound? I was never sure, because I feel like we have not seen his house. He's always at Angela's house. So Raymond is asking Teddy, how's he doing? And Teddy was like, great. I'm going to do a press conference today. I'm going to announce that Franklin Holding is back in the black. And I'm going to announce that I have acquired sole control of Darman now. And Raymond was like, Teddy, like, we have been through this. You must be going senile or whatever the case. And Raymond played his hand too quickly, like he often does with Teddy. And Teddy was like, well, for one, I know that your wife had a card to Jack's room, which meant that you were not doing something for her. So you caused her to kind of look outside her marriage. So you are not a real man. You are not fit to lead a company. On top of that, there are some people that know that you went into Jack's room that night. So yeah, you were sloppy, basically. I'm going to do this, but kudos to you for trying. And I was like, Raymond played his hand too wrong. Like, I feel like, Raymond, you got to wait till you got secure control of the company, and then you go out and act a fool with it. You can't be throwing stuff in his face right now, though, not realizing that, or knowing that you haven't secured control of it. But all right, Raymond, doing too much. So then we see Lauren, Nikki, and Taylor. They're hanging out on the beach, and Nikki is actually talking about how, she only has a couple of days left, and glad they have, they're friends and they're there for each other and all this other good stuff. She doesn't know how dope, she didn't know how dope having cousins was. She never had that before. Lauren is saying how, she's thanking them for being there for her when she lost her grandmother. It's odd, it's something new. When you're at that age where you're old enough to kind of recognize what it's like to lose a grandparent, it's rough. Like, I lost my grandfather when I was 4, so, like, I don't remember any of that. My maternal grandfather, my mother's father, died when she was 13, so we didn't even know him, and then my grandmother's died when I was in my early 30s, so it's fresh, you know what I mean? Like, and especially them living with Teddy in the house, like he's always around, his influence, his presence. Rose, she was like, she was around, her influence, her presence, they would see her. So, they acknowledged who she was. You see that Lauren was like outgoing and getting her. Then for her to finally come out and be like healthy, somewhat lucid. And then for her to die in the house, like, it's odd. It takes a toll on you. So while they're doing it, Nikki is like, I'm going to go put my toes in the sand. Only got a couple more days left before we go back home. Taylor wants to tell Nikki. She doesn't like the secret. She doesn't like them going back and forth. And Lauren is like, it's still too soon. Lauren, and on one hand, Lauren is saying that she's doing this to kind of look out for Nikki. But Lauren, you're really doing this because Lauren still kind of wants to be in the closet. She's come out to her parents, but not like to the world, not like to everybody. So then we see Angela comes over to Leah's house, and Leah thanks her for coming to the service. And she's like, I wanted to be there for you, and I hope that we can talk. And she's like, yeah, we can talk. Just 1 second. Hold that thought. So they go and turn the corner, and they're having an emergency Gray Cities meeting. And they're all looking like, why are we having this meeting? So basically, Leah is like, I made a mistake, made a whoop whoop, so I want to get my sister back in. Raymond's mother, who I think her name is Olivia, goes in and is like, okay, first of all, only the most senior member can do that. Moi. She was like, then on top of it, like, you've been acting real crazy. We don't just do what we want to do when we want to do it. And if you were too emotionally unstable to be president, then maybe you need to step down. But what I'm not going to do is allow you to take my dear friend Rose, and dance on her grave. And I said, wow, talk about being incredibly insensitive. Rose just got married like a day or two ago. So Leah was like ready to go in on her, and Angela was like, no. Because Angela didn't know that Leah was getting ready to do this. So Angela's already kind of looking like, I don't want a pity invite. So Angela tells her, don't trip. You know you can do this. I'll help you. Don't worry about it. So Leah woosahs, gets herself together, tells them, come dressed to impress, because we about to do it big this year. So we see Leah is talking to Teddy as they're walking to the press conference, and is asking her, why does Angela still have to leave? Now, you said you were doing this because you wanted her to leave to protect mommy, but if mommy is gone, why does Angela have to leave? See, Leah likes having that family around her that actually cares. Teddy doesn't care. he don't care about his daughter. Teddy is really only looking out for himself. And it's like the sooner that Angela the sooner that Leah realizes that, the better off she'll be. So Teddy's doing this this press conference and said that they're gonna have a DuPont dog, like to kind of throw some shade at Raymond. And Leah was like, "That's not gonna happen. Absolutely not." So while this press conference is going on, Tariq is at Angela's house. And like he's kind of looking at her kind of sideways because she didn't tell him that she was going to be leaving the island. So he's like really waiting for her to come out and say it. So she tells him, "I need your help with something," and puts a gun on the table and tells him, "I think your dad bought the gun back in the day. I think this is the gun that it belonged to Teddy. We got to try to figure out, where it came from." And Piggy comes in the room and says that she did some research and Teddy's brother was killed the night of the Grand Illumination. So she thinks that everything is all intertwined, which it is. So basically what they're thinking happened is that Teddy killed his brother, took the gun to Darius to have Darius dispose of it, but Darius kept that gun all these years. Imagine keeping the gun that you don't know where it came from, whose body is on it, it's not registered, any of that, but you decided to keep it while playing dead for this person. Teddy must have been paying him good and got him set up in a dope ass high rise or a nice little beach house or something. So we see that Taylor meets up with Nikki. So we see Taylor meets up with Nikki and Taylor breaks up with her. And Nikki is like, "Why do you want to break up with me? Why? And I said, all right, don't get a geek like that, because y'all know Nikki kicks ass. We saw that video. So she tells Taylor that I hate you and I wish I never met you and all this other stuff. Her little feelings are hurt. So she goes home. She's talking to her parents, who we come to find out that they were each other's first love, Angela and Nate. They seemingly are still good friends. It makes you wonder would they still be together if he wouldn't have got caught up with what he got caught up in. And Nikki is just telling them how she doesn't want to go to the grand illumination ball because she don't want to see Taylor. Her feelings are hurt. And Nate just says, you put it all out on the line, and that's what you should have done. If, life goes on, basically. This is just a teenage love. You'll get through this. Don't even trip on it. So later that night, Angela comes outside, and Nate has this screen set up of a young Angela, and she's talking about her hair care line. And he has the wine that they used to drink, little stuff they used to do. And she was like, this is reminding me of back in the day. And he tells her basically, I'm giving you the night that I should have gave you 17 years ago before I got caught up with what I got caught up with. And he proposes to her. He wants her to forget about everything that's going on the island and leave with him. And I'm just kind of I don't like that, Nate. While I think they're aesthetically pleasing to look at, I think it's weird for you to just tell her, forget everything that you've been going through now that I'm back after 17 years and I've been in your life for 2 weeks or so. Let's just go get married. You don't even have no job, Nate. I didn't understand that. I didn't like that, Nate. I didn't like that at all. So you know that this is what she has been laser focused on. So you expect her to just forget about it. Let's just run away back to Boston and be done with it. That's not even realistic to think that she would do that, to be real. So as he's proposing, Tariq walks in, and I was like, oh, because I really want Angela to get with Tariq. So Tariq is like, we need to talk. I have something that can really clear your mom's name. So he said that his father did buy the gun back in the day. He met with his police contacts, and they were able to confirm that the same type of bullet that goes in that gun is what killed Teddy's brother. And then he tells her, and I can't tell you what to do. I want you to be happy, because Angela was like, I didn't say anything to him. He wants us to do this. I don't know why I'm dumping this on you. Trying to kind of fix it. And what ends up happening is Tariq was like, look, you can either leave and forget about everything with him, or do that, or you can stay and fight, and I can help you. So then we see Lauren and Taylor. They're in bed. They're talking about Nikki. They hate that she got hurt. Lauren said that she wants them to go official, but only after Nikki has left the island, because she doesn't want to like throw it in her face, basically. So she has this little bracelet on, tennis bracelet, and she tells Taylor, I got you one too. When she opens up, the box is empty, and she was like, somebody keeps stealing stuff out of my room, and she's basically talking about Sloan. So then we switch over conveniently to Quincy and Sloan, who are kissing, and her grandmother walks in, the head maid, and she was like, Lauren told me what y'all were up to. This cannot happen. Sloan, you need to go home. On top of the fact that Lauren has told me that stuff keeps missing. So Sloan is mad, and she was like, your sister has a lot of nerve to talk about stealing when she has been when she has stolen Nikki. She has stolen Taylor from Nikki. And while technically that's a messy situation, the real person that should be with their feet to the fire is Taylor, because she the little heifer that's going back and forth between them. But we cannot forget we cannot forget Taylor and Lauren were together first. Nikki came in and stole her cousin's boyfriend. Stole her cousin's girlfriend. I'm reading the text about somebody saying boyfriend. So Nikki came in and stole her cousin's girlfriend. So you can't be mad when you get cheated on back. Like, on top of that is little high school stuff. It'll be like, it'll blow over. But really, the real issue was Taylor. If we're going to keep it a buck, the real issue was Taylor. So Angela and Leah are looking at pictures of the grand illumination from that night. While they're looking at pictures, Angela is like, well, let's get a timeline of your father, both your parents together. And she's doing that because she's trying to see if there is a timeline to show that Teddy left the ball at any time that night, because he wouldn't be in any of the pictures. So while they're doing that, Teddy comes in and apologizes for everything with her, and it's like, even though I've asked you to leave, I like getting to know you. I like getting to know Nikki. I wish you all the best. Yada, yada, yada. I loved your mom. I'm sorry for everything that happened with her, but like, that was not my intention whatsoever. And then he kind of walks away. As he walks away, Leah and Angela are still in the room. Angela goes and closes the door. And this is kind of where Angela loses me. So Angela flat out tells Leah, your daddy killed his brother. Your daddy killed his brother, and he did it, and I think he planted the drugs on my mom and all this other stuff. And Leah is like, stop. So Angela tells her, you will always choose Teddy, and I will always choose my mom, and because of that, we can't be sisters. And I think what Angela has to realize too, that is her father. That's really that's all she knows. So while to us, we can see Teddy for what he's worth, and like, she knows her daddy ain't shit deep down, that's still her father. So I feel like the fact that Angela has been expecting Leah to completely close the door on her father so quickly, so easily, so, without any guilt or anything, it's just not realistic. And I just don't think it was fair I don't think it was fair for Angela to want to do that to Leah. So they're going to have to agree to disagree. So Angela is out walking with Tariq, and Tariq walks her through this beach that he owns and tells her how he wanted to build a house on here, but something is keeping him from doing it, yada, yada, yada. He proposes. Beautiful proposal. Flowers all around. It's all lit up. She doesn't say yes. She doesn't say no. She says she needs more time to think about it, and we know that She just got proposed to by Nate. It's a lot going on, a lot of emotions for her, so we got to think about everything. So we see Nikki, we're now at the grand illumination, y'all, and this when the shit gets real, okay? So Nikki apologizes to Taylor, would like for them to be friends, and I'm like, that's great. While that's happening, we see Quincy and Lauren going at each other's heads loudly in the party, to where Quincy is mad that Lauren told told the head maid that he was messing with Sloan. He was like, I love her. Lauren is like, you only like her because she's poor. She's a gold digger. And it's like, Lauren, what's tea, girl? Why are you so concerned about who your brother is dating? It's weird. It's a little weird. So then Quincy was like, well, you got a lot of nerve when you've been sleeping with Taylor behind Nikki's back. So Nikki tells Taylor, you could have told me. And Lauren said, no, I told her to lie to you. I didn't want you to find out this way. I thought I was trying to protect you. So Nikki goes in on the whole family and was like, the DuPonts and the Franklins, y'all are cruel. Y'all are evil ass people. And I don't want to be a part of this family. So Raymond and Leah are talking and they're like, maybe we are just cruel, horrible people. And Raymond is like, this bad influence is coming, like, from us, obviously, too. But it's coming down from Teddy. The kids are seeing what Teddy is doing. How conniving Teddy is. How Teddy is always playing chess when it comes to every single thing. And as a result of that, like, it's a bad influence on the kids to where they think they can just do whatever they need to do to get where they want to get in life. And that's just not always the case. So we're at the beginning of the ball, all right? So Leah's up there announcing it. The family is all presented. It's all melanated. Everybody looks good. And they say that in honor of her mother, Rose, they are going to present him with a gift. They give him the gun. Now, the crowd can't see, but they open this box. Teddy sees the gun, immediately shook, just shaking and shit. He turns and kind of runs, so the family follows after him. They get into the office, and everybody is like, we want to know what's going on. What happened that night? Basically, Teddy is saying that Rose was manic. Rose was manic that night, and that was the night that he had planned to run away with Eve. So him and Rose got into it. She grabbed the gun and pointed it at Teddy to shoot and kill him. His brother jumped in front of it, and that's how he died. So his brother took the bullet for him. He was so frantic that he tried to cover that up for Rose. So because of that, he decided not to run away with Eve, and he decided to stay with Rose and take care of Leah. So Angela wants to know, so who set my mother up? And Teddy is like, I don't know. He said, but I should have taken care of you, and I should have, did what I needed to do to set your mother up properly, like monetary wise. But he said, I didn't do that. So then Leah was like, so how did you, I know you took a business deal that day. Is that why you and Lewis got into it? Because Lewis and who was Teddy's brother, I guess they had an argument. And she asked him, was he undervaluing poor black people's property like he does now? And I said, oh, Teddy, is that what you're doing now? So he admits to doing it. Leah said that his behavior is abysmal. Not abysmal, y'all, but damn, abysmal. So she said she wants him out of the house and out of Franklin Holdings. Effective immediately. So downstairs, because like now Teddy is just going to drink his troubles away or start packing. So now Raymond's mother is downstairs complaining about how ain't nothing starting on time. Lord, we're supposed to have this done at 7. The talented 10 is supposed to be at 10 o'clock. Everything's going to be late. So Angela comes down and was like, some of this stuff is antiquated, right? But do you know who helped Leah do all these pictures? This was my idea. What I was doing is I happened to notice you missed the talented 10th photo. She said, are you not talented? Were you not talented enough? Was good. So she basically corners her and it's like, you're the one that planted the drugs on my mom because my mom got pulled over by the docs at 10:15. And Olivia said, girl, since you leave, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I did. I set your mom up because she was a conniving, gold-digging, social climbing homewrecker that ruined my friend. I said, damn, you did a lot for your friend. So, Angela was like, I feel vindicated. I got the justice from my mom because she was recording her on the phone the entire time. And I thought Angela was going to have the video up, but she didn't. It was just like the audio. So Olivia takes the phone, throws it on the ground and steps on it. It was like, oops. I said, girl, with the way shit is, how you know she ain't texted to a bunch of people already? So Angela tells her the shit is in the cloud. So now you're going to help me finish with what my mom couldn't. So eventually we see that Angela becomes a Gracie. And then we find out that Olivia is now like a silent partner for her, backing her up to get Eve's crown into distribution. Leah and Angela, you can tell that they're going to come together as sisters more so. So they're talking and Angela is telling Leah how she got proposed to by Nate and by Tariq. She doesn't know what she's going to pick yet. She's still undecided. She's still trying to figure that out. So Quincy goes to talk to Sloan and it's like, you know what? Bump what your grandmother said. I'm going to convince her to let you stay. Sloan said it might not be that hard because I'm preggers, and she holds up a pregnancy test. And I said, ooh, they just be having kids just sexing on TV nowadays. Sexing. So Piggy is talking to Teddy, and this part really pissed me off. But Piggy comes in and talks to Teddy, and she thanks Teddy for getting her clean, even though the way that he went about it was, trash. But she thanks him for getting her clean and staying clean. And then thanks her for loving her sister and all the other stuff. But then she tells him, like, since when do you just slither away and leave because people want you to? And I was like, why are you doing this? Like, you see that him leaving is going to get things back down. Why would you even put that in his head? I didn't understand that at all. And then they kind of have this look at each other. And I was like, I don't like this look. It made me uncomfortable. We'll never know because I'm sure the damn show was going to be canceled. But I was like super, super irritated by that. So we see that Angela goes to meet with Tariq. Meanwhile, back at the house, we see Nate is packing up boxes and Nikki comes in and he's like, we gonna miss the last ferry. Like, where's your mom? She said, oh, she's with Tariq. Angela goes up to Tariq. She has tears in her eyes. And he was like, thank you for letting me down in person. She was like, I came to say yes. And he was like, really? She was like, so why are you crying? She's like, it's a lot. Today was a lot. A lot of shit has happened to me this summer. So, but she was coming to tell him, yes, she's going to accept the proposal. So we see Leah and Raymond, and Leah tells Raymond that she has a new title for him, and she is going to make him the CEO of not only Darman, but Franklin Holding. She said that was never her dream. She did that because her father wanted her to. She, however, wants to go into business with Angela. So they're going to work on Eve's crown, maybe come out with a bunch of other different stuff that'll fit them, but she wants to work with her sister on some stuff that like better fits her interests. So I'm like, cool. So Raymond is like, I'm gonna be right back, and he goes to, I think he goes like get some champagne or something. But Raymond leaves, and then Leah is sitting in the chair, and she turns around to the back, and then we hear somebody come in, and we hear them say Teddy Franklin, and they shoot the chair up. So we see that Leah got shot a couple of times. Again, it sucks that the show was gone. It sucks that the show might not come back. Fingers crossed that OWN picks the show up. Otherwise, it's been cool. It's always great to see like high society black people that have money, and it's not from being drug dealers or rappers or anything like they try to stereotype us on TV. These are legit business people. The money they're making is legit, whether it's honestly legit or not. But like, it was just super, super cool to see the Gracities, the Grand Illumination, all that type of stuff. Because like a lot of these upper society groups are not just all white. There are a lot of black ones. So if you have not already, subscribed to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.